Hi everyone, Effie here. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card with our Bokeh Burst Star stamp set. I'm going to take the large stamp and I'm just going to ink it up with some Versamark ink, and then I'm going to stamp it onto an A2 size card panel. And then I'm going to heat emboss it with some gold glitter embossing powder. I'm using Gold Tinsel from Ranger. After I melted all the embossing powder, I'm just going to cut out the inside portion of the star with my craft knife, and I'm using a cutting mat behind my card panel so I'm not damaging my work surface. So next I'm just going to pop that star out. You can save it for a later project. Next I'm going to take our fabulous word die and I'm going to die cut it from our glossy fine gold glitter paper. This is adhesive paper, so all of the sticky backing is on there. So I'm just going to put my die face down on my glitter adhesive paper and then run it through my die cutting machine. For my intricate dies, I like to run them through my machine twice to make sure everything gets cut out. Next, I'm going to take the same die and die cut it on some black cardstock because later I'm going to layer the glitter and the black cardstock together. Now I'm going to take a side folding A2 size card base, and I took my original star panel and I put it over the base, and I'm just making tick marks in the inside of the window because I'm going to do some blending and I want to make sure I'm blending in the right spots. Next, I'm going to start blending. I'm starting off with some red Sangria Hybrid Ink on the bottom, then some Coralline Hybrid Ink in the middle, and then some Beach Blondie Dye Ink at the top. I go back and forth between the three colors to make sure it's all blended. So you see me going from yellow to orange to the reddish pink and then back and forth all over again. When I blend, I go off of my craft mat first and then on to the card base, and this helps with keeping those harsh edges off of your panel. Next, I'm going to take my embossing ink pad and I'm going to coat that entire front panel with embossing ink because I'm going to clear emboss that entire blended portion of my card base. Embossing the blended background just makes the colors pop, and it just makes the background a little bit more brighter because this is going to come through from my cutout star panel, and it's just going to look so pretty because it's going to have that added shine as well from the embossing. Next, I'm going to trim 2 strips of my glossy fine gold adhesive paper, and while I have my trimmer out, I'm going to cut about 1/8 of an inch from both sides of my star panel. Next, I'm going to lay the 2 glitter strips down onto the edges of my card base, and my star cutout panel is going to go over that card base later. And that gold glitter at the edges is just going to look absolutely fabulous. Now I'm going to layer my fabulous die cuts over each other. The gold glitter is going to go over the black, and you're going to offset it just a little bit, and it's just going to look really pretty and finished. I'm going to adhere it over my star window, and I'm just using some tape runner. You can use some liquid adhesive if you have some on hand. After I adhere the word over my window, I'm going to apply some liquid adhesive to the tops of the L and the B because I don't want those two hanging on my card. We're almost done with the sentiment. I'm going to take our basic label set, the have a and the day labels from this set. I'm going to stamp it in our Noir Dye Ink, and then I'm going to clean off my stamps, and then I'm going to clear emboss the 2 labels. I wanted to emboss the labels so that it would have a similar appearance as the embossed blended background. After I finish heat setting the labels, I fussy cut the 2 labels out, and then I'm going to pop them up over my star panel with some foam dots. After I finish with the sentiment, I'm going to apply some more foam adhesive behind my star panel, and then this is just going to give the card a little bit more depth because everything is going to be popped up. Once I've adhered the panel onto the base, I'm going to finish off my card by putting down some glossy black sequins in several sizes, and this is just going to give the card just a little bit more of a finished look. My card is now complete. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. This might be one of my favorite cards of all time because it combines a lot of my favorite elements. If you've watched my previous videos, you know I love pink and gold and glitter, and this just kind of puts it all in one fabulous card. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye!